Hey, yo, peace. Welcome to the YANADAMEEN GODCAST. It's Lord Jamar.
And I'm Digga.
Today is Friday the 4th, which makes today's mathematics culture freedom. Okay? Your culture is your way of life. Okay? And when you live according to your true way of life, you free your dome. You free your mind. We deal with a culture that frees our domes. Okay? So peace on this Culture Freedom Day. Peace. Before we left last segment, we're talking about Trump and your boy Kanye.
Oh, wow.
Now, I mean, is this some shit like every time Kanye is about to put out some music or some shit like that where he's going to just say some crazy shit to try to get our attention, or do you think this is how he really feels?
It's funny because I've noticed that's a pattern with Kanye to do something really outlandish right before he promotes something.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was thinking like, okay, he's got to be trolling because this is the same guy that gave us Black Skinhead and New Slaves. It's like, okay, if he's making music like that, like it deep down inside, like he's got to feel how we feel. And then one of my Twitter followers brought to my attention and said, "Yeah, hey, Rah, you ever notice how he does these things and Kim Kardashian will, throw a titty out there right when the world is praising Jay or Beyonce for something?" And I thought about it, I said, you know what? That makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense.
A lot of hateration in this dancery.
We just got, the world just got finished like bowing down to her feet for Coachella. Like that would be,
I mean, a lot of people see, it seems like Kanye and his girl would love to be Jay and Beyonce, but they'll never get that respect.
Oh yeah,
they'll never be at that level. I don't care how much money y'all have, or you'll never be at that level of respect. And
there was a time when
talent.
when I believe the person that throws the coordinator for the Met Gala was like, we would never have a Kardashian in here. And I think he threatened, I won't come if my wife doesn't get invited. But every time Beyonce steps on the carpet, what she wore to the Met Gala, she's one of those people that, that's a thing. Like, what is Beyonce going to wear?
Right, exactly.
What is Rihanna going to wear? Like, she's in that lane. But, Mrs. West can't even get an invite. So, well, she's getting invites now. But in the beginning, it was like, no, you're not one of us.
Because he just recently said what he
did
a whole list of shit that he said is about to put out, though, as far as musically.
He did that, and
Nas was on the list.
Yeah,
did you see that?
I did see that.
What do you think about that?
I mean,
what do we think about a Kanye West produced Nas album in 2018?
I do think. I do think Kanye is a musical genius, though. Like, I do think that. I say it because I think he's we use the word eccentric.
Eccentric?
I think he's eccentric. I mean, I know people say, oh, he's a biter, he's a copier, and things of that. Like, I get it. I get he also has writers, too. But I do think there is something... there is a science behind that madness. Because I'm not as mad as him, I can't quite put my finger on it. But he does have, a je ne sais quoi that makes him Kanye. I think he's lost a lot of it, with all of these recent, with all of this Trump nonsense. But I think the Kanye that, told Taylor Swift Beyonce had the greatest album of all time, and the Kanye that got up in the middle of the Katrina telethon to say Bush don't like black people. Like, I think, there was something very genius in that Kanye, and I don't know if it's diminished, since he lost his mom. You know.
Oh, I mean, I feel like that definitely.
That's definitely something that
was like his moral compass or something.
Yeah, like
I removed when she passed.
I really don't think he's recovered from that. Like I really don't.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, like, well, he claims to be chopping samples from the sunken place. So,
like I see, but when he does stuff like that, that's what makes me think he's trolling. That's what makes me think he's trolling. Like, I think there's a genius in that. It's like, okay, everybody, I'm gonna let this whole world think I'm crazy. I'm sucking the white people in with all of this pro-Trump rhetoric.
I think we use the word genius a little too loosely sometimes, especially with that guy.
Okay.
You know, he's talented. But, you know, most geniuses I've ever heard of, other people will call them geniuses before they call themselves geniuses. And he, on more than one occasion, is quick to call himself the genius.
I like the way that rolls out. Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
So it's almost like now when somebody else says it, is it because you heard him say it so many times, or is it because he's really a fucking genius? Like, well, I think he's talented, but when I think about my top hip hop producers, I don't know if he immediately comes to mind.
As a joke, I used to say to like all my people, whenever like the topic of Kanye come up, because there's always a debate of like, can you know his bars and you know his spitting ability and things like that. And there's the segment from Raw where Eddie's like, Stevie Wonder's a musical genius. I got all his albums, motherfucker. I used to say that to my friends in regards to Kanye, and I think, you know, I just think that mentally, you know, oh, by the way, his wife, Miss West, Mrs. West actually released a series of tweets of her own, stating that she would wish the public and the media to stop calling her husband mentally ill. He has all the right in the world to think how he wants to think and feel how he wants to feel, and if his opinion differs from everybody else's, fuck us.
Shut the fuck up, you cunt!
His opinion differs from hers. Fuck it. It is what it is. This is why we love crazy Kanye. End quote. End tweet.
Is that right?
So she said.
Okay.
She said what she said when she said it, and she meant it.
Listen.
I see you over here side-eyeing my generic honey. I know. I can see you.
I'm like,
I can see your
some of our more astute viewers are gonna be like,
shut up.
What the hell she doing with that teddy bear, honey? That ain't no real honey.
Leave my teddy bear.
Show you what real honey look like.
I had to go to ShopRite.
This is the honey that you want to have, sister.
I know.
The really raw honey that comes with the honeycomb all up in the motherfucker. I couldn't even chew it like bubble gum.
I couldn't even get distilled water. I had to grab this stuff from ShopRite real quick because I was on the go and I didn't have
that old honey bear.
I wasn't able to make it. I saw your face. I saw all of your face.
Shit. You just keep pouring out. I guess you need more.
I had to measure my 2 tablespoons. Thank you very much. But I saw you out the side of your eye like, what the fuck is that? Bruh. Fucking generic ass honey.
You know, generic honey bun. You supposed to be a honey bun too. Is that the honey you putting on your honey bun?
Talking about a damn cleanse. Why I order? Why I order?
That real raw. I know Herb is like, oh shit, Lord, you got that real honey. Go, God.
But I told her you didn't that you ate a salad when you were supposed to be just drinking.
I told her. I told her.
I ratted you out. Sorry.
Yeah. I had to. I was getting headaches and shit. Like I had to do something. I
ate a cracker and a cheese cube.
So your boy Michael Vick.
Oh, shouts him out.
Michael Vick is going to be a coach on Atlanta's new spring football team. They got franchises. It says a new alliance of American football that will begin play next February. The Atlanta Alliance has hired former NFL coach Brad Childress
Okay.
as its head coach, and Vick, the former Falcons quarterback, will serve as Childress's offensive coordinator.
Round of applause for
Okay.
Michael Vick. Round of
They done
hey,
try to shit on Mike.
round of applause for all the OGs that still got it and making it happen.
One of the great quarterbacks, period. Fuck just black
Right.
quarterbacks. Like, Michael Vick was the shit. Like,
I know.
He ushered in probably the era of the black quarterback that we see today.
I know when we were discussing the topic earlier, my daughter's in the background like, Michael Vick, that's the one that killed all the dogs. I'm like, no, see, what we're not gonna do is make that Michael Vick's legacy. No, I'm like, no, Michael Vick, one of the, arguably one of the best black quarterbacks of all time, Michael Vick,
Right.
Okay.
I mean, they got more love for them dogs than they do for human beings.
Animals, period. They were mad at the mama for shooting up Harambe. When he dragged the kid around, I guess that was the Harambe. Alex, where are you? I'm getting the names of the gorillas confused.
Yeah, but it's definitely good to see.
It's always.
Yeah, your man Mike, like he's one of those dudes that just won't stay down. Like, you know what I
That's
mean?
right.
Like,
So
he keeps popping up.
That's resilience.
That's resilience.
And shouts out to Ice Cube for the 3-on-3.
Oh, the basketball league. That shit
yeah.
is great.
Like,
come on, that's something that definitely, because a lot of these guys still be in shape. They're just not in shape to the point of being able to play in the NBA, but they still got a love for the game. And some of these guys, they might need a fucking paycheck later in life. Like, not all of these guys have handled their money so well. You understand what I'm saying?
And some people, and when it's in you, it's it's the same thing as rap music. It's like, when we're getting our 50s, you're already there.
Excuse me, I'm not there yet. I will be there. I have some months to go. So
let me stop acting like I'm in my 20s.
Yeah. You right behind me, girl. You right behind me.
But it's like, we may not want to be making turn-up music and trap music with the rest of the 20-year-olds, but we still got bars, and the same goes for, the athletes.
Listen, the Rolling Stones and fucking Aerosmith, these motherfuckers in their 70s and shit like that, still making music, selling out fucking concerts and doing world tours and shit like that.
I'm quite sure Kobe Bryant right now on a 101 with any of the fucking
will bust some
first
fucking
round
ass.
draft picks would whoop they whole asses.
Right, but there's been a determination of when you're supposed to get out. You know what I mean? Now, some people have been able to defy that. Like in boxing, you have Bernard Hopkins.
Right.
Bernard Hopkins
killing it in his 40s.
I mean, I don't think he's fighting anymore, right?
No.
Shit. He the type, I wouldn't be surprised, though, if he had a fight tomorrow. You understand what I'm saying? Because this motherfucker, he was doing it at a high level. Still busting ass.
He was a champion at 40.
Yeah. No, like 48 or some shit like that. Like, he was up there, and still fighting, still busting ass.
But I mean, like from 40 on,
yes.
Like
in his 40s.
Yeah.
He was a champ. Yes. So, yeah, but a lot of times sports will tell you when you get to a certain age that, it's time to go. And for a lot of people, that might be the case. Like, depending on the sport you're playing and, your body just doesn't have it anymore. But,
football is definitely a harsh sport. Like, football is one of those sports that, like,
it's hard to, depending on the position you play, that's a hard one to do. Like, 20 years and all, the body. I don't know if it can really.
Shouts out to Brett Favre.
Okay.
How about it?
Okay, because you got to think about from when they first started, which is often Pop Warner or some shit like that. So you going from elementary school, junior high school, all high school, college, and all through adult. That's a long fucking time to be taking a lot of punishment like that. getting hit in the head and all that type of shit. But, basketball, it's a contact sport, but not like those.
Not like football or boxing.
So, it's good to see some of these old dudes, or older players, more seasoned veterans, I should say, because I don't want to call them old dudes because motherfuckers like to call us fucking old and shit like that.
Right.
So, these seasoned players.
There's actually teenagers calling 20-something-year-olds old now. The little girl, I always call her the Cash Me Outside girl, but
well, that's her name, right?
Her rap name is Bad Baby. But everybody refers to her as the Cash Me Outside girl. Oh, she's tired of that.
Daniel something.
She's fed up. She done came. She said, "I'm tired of old motherfuckers calling me the Cash Me Outside girl. My name is such and such." Like she's been going at people.
Bitch, you need to be happy anybody's calling you anything.
She called Iggy Azalea old. She's like she's old. She's like Iggy's like 28. Like she called her old.
Like you see old. How they try to use being old as a form of disrespect. Like that's crazy.
It's crazy
like in any kind of, Africanized culture, age is respected and revered
and wisdom.
And come on,
the older the better.
Like only in this newfangled Western European bullshit where, we look down on the elders. And they shit on the elders.
Right. And newsflash, youngins, y'all might want to study what the elders are doing because you're going to be our age, hopefully. Hopefully.
But you keep taking that Molly and all this other shit, you might not fucking make it. Okay? You want to take the spice and fucking chew somebody's face off? That's your fucking business.
You might want to figure out what it is you're going to do when you get to our age and you realize your little microwave trendy pop hits ain't hitting no more. Like, yes, study us so you can see what the next phase of life for a musician is. Like, we don't really care what y'all doing. We just really be trolling y'all. Y'all need to care what we doing.
Holla. Okay? Because we got the fucking knowledge and wisdom to help you understand.
Right on.
With that being said, I want to do a quick book recommendation because I think we missed.
We missed some book recommendations.
Yeah, we missed some book recommendations. Now,
we got our
I'm not gonna
cussing us out.
Yeah.
We got to figure that out, bro.
Yeah, we're going to figure it out. Even if we just have to let them
go back to the old school with the phone. Oh.
Or to just, you see what I'm saying? Like
exclusive pre-screening, exclusive screening.
You have yours, I'll have mine, and we kind of we're going to figure it out. But yeah, I don't want people to feel like every book is going to be like about some African black consciousness. Like it is, but it's not. Always. Like, sometimes it'll be about nutrition or, sometimes it might be about science or something like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So this particular book is a book that I read. And it's called The Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot. Okay. Check this fucking book out. Like, check out the science of what a hologram is. Like, I don't know if you really know about holograms, but briefly, if I take the image, let's just say of an apple, right? And I shine that image on a wall, right? In a hologram. Now, on the negative of a hologram, if I cut that negative in half, right? And shine the light on the wall to make the apple, there will still be a whole apple in a hologram. Even no matter how many times you cut it or dissect it, you will always have the whole image. But like, let's say I put a light on this statue, put it on the wall, you're going to see the shadow. If I cut it in half, it's going to be half of this statue. Understand what I'm saying? So the nature of the hologram is the original will always retain inside of everything, no matter how many times it's divided. And that's the science of creation. That's the science of God.
Okay.
Because God has divided himself in infinitesimal,
Good word.
pieces, but yet is retained in each piece.
That's deep.
Holographic Universe by Michael Talbot. Check it out.
Sounds like a must read. You know, I was wondering why my lemonade tastes. I was like, damn, this is some good ass lemonade.
Oh, you didn't put the cayenne.
And I even used the seltzer.
And put the cayenne
I'm like,
pepper
this shit
on.
is tasting so good. And I just realized, like, oh shit, I didn't put the pepper in. So here we go, pepper.
You know what's deep about that book? I had got that book. We're about to be out of here, but I got that book at a like, you know, some people be having like garage sales or some shit, like a stoop sale when I lived in Brooklyn. I just bought it. I said, yo, the title looked interesting. I held on to that book. Yeah, I didn't read the shit for about 10 years. But then at the time I read it, it was like the perfect time to read it. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So sometimes, yo, shit just happens in your life. Like, that you don't even, oh man, everything happens for a reason.
Sometimes the stuff, nothing is coincidence.
Nothing is coincidence.
I definitely
Trust
believe
me.
that.
5 minutes later, 5 minutes earlier, you know, whether you come
Wrong
into
place, wrong time. All of those things happen for a reason.
There's a lot to be said about destiny. Well, this show is destined to come to an end right about now. We thank y'all for joining us once again for another week of great discussion from the God and the Goddess.
Absolutely.
So, yes, once again, if you want to donate, go to patreon.com/YANADAMEEN, cash.me/$YANADAMEEN, or paypal.me/Lord Jamar. And, you know, all monies go to, you know, paying our people, making upgrades, and making sure we provide you with the best content possible.
Getting us some more step and repeats so we can have one behind us.
Okay. Go to hoodg.com. Okay. Get you some brand Nubian gear, some Rah Digga gear,
Yep.
some Lyrics Matter gear, some YANADAMEEN GODCAST gear. And hey, for the GODCAST, I'm Lord Jamar.
And I'm Digga Digga.
Peace.
I can't wait to tear into this lemon.
Peace. It's the absence of all confusion. United we stand, divided we fall. Two fingers together is the real peace sign, y'all. Brand Nubian peace gear. Hoodies. T-shirts. Snapbacks. Available at hoodg.com. Get yours today.